morning. Salam alaikum. My name is Joy Preston, and I am your host today, joined together with my co-host, Ayuba.
Yes.
As well as our special guest in the house, Miss Anita Samoa, a public health specialist. We'll be right back. How is it? Welcome back, right here on Baina News Store on Baina TV. Our main headlines today is the vaccine arrival in Ghana. 4 ministerial nominees may be disapproved due to the Frontier Healthcare contract. The Ministry of Tourism targets $5 billion in revenues within 2 years. And LGBTQ, what's your take on it? Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, so the vaccine has arrived in Ghana. We have seen 600,000 doses. We are looking at how this is going to be administered. Who goes first? What are the comments? What's your take on it? Joining me right now is my co-host, Ayuba Hood.
Yeah.
Can you give us more on this?
Yes, I think at this time, the long-awaited moment is right here with us. And as we all know, the vaccine is in. And as we are all fighting to look at coronavirus moving out on the economy, on our works, activities, we want to have the free moments, and we want to have ourselves speak in public as we normally was doing. And so we are looking at who goes first. I am told the president and also the cabinet.
Okay.
And our leaders are going to be the first to start this. And I'm told this is going to be done publicly so that it will bring the confidence in the public so that they can also have a take of it. There have been an arrangement by the minister designate for communication, and there's a communique out there that tells that it's actually going to start with the aged, because they are very weak, and with the effect of coronavirus, if it gets affected with these people, the effect is actually huge on them. So they are going to start with them, and also they are moving to look at people who are that's the children, and from the children they are looking at also the people who are having health challenges.
Okay.
Those who are with the diabetes, and those who are also with asthma as well. These people are also going to be checked to take the vaccine. They are doing all these, looking at the week. From the analysis that was made, the pregnant women are not going to be added to this, because they don't want to take risk. Normally with these people, they have to go to the lab, try to test it to make sure that it's actually okay on them. But for this one, because it's now coming, they are not going to take risk of giving it to the pregnant women. So I think these are the outlines so far, giving a summary of it. But I think we will actually be having people who are into the health industry, and as we have our mother here, she actually delved to let us know the nitty-gritty around this stuff.
So, Ms. Anita, public health specialist.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, viewers. Salaam alaikum, Baraka da Juma. So the vaccine is in, and Ghana got the one we got from COVAX, or through COVAX. Let me see, is the AstraZeneca one, and people are a bit, they have the myths around it. But just like you was saying, Ayuba was saying, children won't be vaccinated now, and the pregnant women. Clinical trials, what we call clinical trials. Akwa abunda na kira clinical trials. But Suiba on the pregnant women. Masu chikiko.
Masu chikiki na.
So for now, adults kina. And akwa abunda na kira herd immunity. And when some herd immunity in the adults, it will cover the children. So it will cover that, it protects the children too. So if we the adults are vaccinated and we achieve the herd immunity, the children are protected. So that will cover the children. So that's another good aspect of getting the vaccine. But then we've been going for vaccinations, measles, polio, and the rest of them. If assuming maybe you and I didn't have the vaccination when we were small, if our parents didn't take it, maybe one of your legs may not be good by now, or mine, because of what? Polio. So the vaccine is not to make anybody impotent or kill anybody. If the white man had wanted to kill us, I mean, they would have done so long ago. Do you get it? So let's do away with all the conspiracy theories, the religious beliefs. In the within you, back or so, go back so. What's it called?
The marganin.
Marganin. What's in them? Karaka. Don't discourage someone from going to take it. And believe Dinky is strong. Can the faith a chicken Allah. We bazan sam corona. Shike fine. But don't discourage one vaccine. So don't let us do that. It's not good. And then another thing is, people are saying, if you've never had a child before, don't take it because fertility it will make you it will make you impotent and all that. Please, the whites have started taking this vaccination even before now. We all know they started taking it first. So we shouldn't have those fallacies within us. So just like as I was saying, if you don't want to take it, good for you, but then you should know that there's the consequences, because one offices go maybe later before Zaki Shiga I mean Tambai where is your maybe vaccination paper
before
negative test results before so every week will you be going for a COVID test? So if you can't stay by that, then let's all, when it gets to our turn, let's go for the vaccination.
Masu sauraron mu kuna jin mu nan daga Baina New Store a wannan safiya. Mun kawo ce kaman malaman mu kenan Miss Anita. Tana ilmantar da mu kan magungunan da a shigo cikin garin nan da ba da jimawa ba mutane za mu fara vaccination. Yana da kyau sosai mutum ya sani cewa wannan magungunan da za su shigo ko kuwa suka shigo abin da zai tare mu ga samun wannan ciwo. Isa kowa ana dai kira kowa ya zo inda lokaci ya kai ka je ka samu vaccination. Inda ke ka mai ka ko kana da yadda cewa ciwon baka samun shi, isa baka take vaccine nan, dan Allah ka kai ma wani tarwa ko kuwa ka tare ma wani anya zuwan samun vaccine nan. Isa shin ake yin kira ga mutane duka baki daya cewa inda lokaci ya kai kayi da Allah ka je kayi domin mu duka mu samu tare kanmu da ciwon coronavirus. Ms. Joy, do you think education has gone deep down to the grassroots with regards to taking the vaccine?
I don't think so, because there's still quite a number of myths surrounding it. A number of people are concerned. I think we still need to go out there to the rural communities. More information is needed. If at this stage you have people saying that they don't think they'll take it because of A, B, C, or D, without really giving a valid reason, then, you know, there is a bit of an issue, and people would like to have choices. So if you want to inform people to be able to make the right decision, you've got to feed them with understanding and knowledge. And I think we're
the education, a whole lot has to be done. Akwai aiki, gaskiya. Somebody akwai wani, even nurses, conductors, they themselves, they are in doubt. So if your doctor secretly tells you that, oh, don't take it yet, you get it. So a whole lot of work has to be done. Yesterday, someone was saying that a nurse said, oh, I won't take it now. And she was told that, okay, that means every week or every 3 days, you come with a negative test result of your COVID. You see?
It's going to be a workload.
And money.
Yeah, money.
You know that
resources.
testing is, come on, 300 cedis, go 400 cedis. It doesn't come cheap. So the education, more has to be done. And just, I've been doing it, and I know other stations too have been doing it, and this is the same thing we are doing here.
Yeah.
But sometimes going to the grassroots is the issue. It's not just doing it in the township or in Accra here. We have to go into the hinterlands.
Yes.
We have to go to places in the northern region, Tamale, behind all those places, where we know that education, maybe they don't have access to TV or radio or internet. That is the issue. So as for education, I know we still have a lot of work to do. Like for me, I'm doing some education too with the NCCE, and we'll start soon. So the NCCE too is going to start its own education. The TVs, the Ministry of Health too is doing its best to do more radio jingles and the rest of them. But one-on-one too, we can be educating each other.
Right.
Yes.
When your relatives in the village, in the north, in the south, anywhere they are, let's keep talking to them. That's what I would say. So more work has to be done.
So government today na cikin gargudun kokarin yadda za a wasar da maganganun da ya kumshi shan dokan vaccine gan da ya shigo mana. Yana da kyau sosai maganganun duka su shiga wuraren da ba su samun kamar television ko kuwa radio, da kowace lokaci da safiya da rana suke samun ji su. Ya kamata cikin kauyuka, cikin wuraren da ke cikin wurin da ba ma cikin kauye kenan su samu government ya wasar da wannan ilimi kan vaccine nan domin su ma su samu amfani da wannan. So Joyce, I think we can make waves on that. Education is ongoing, as she stated, and so individual education, NCC, and so we are just pleading that people will take opportunity, sit down and actually analyze what is being told or said to you, so that at that state you should know that it's something that is of best to us, so that we can just take the right decision at that spot.
Because COVID obviously is here to stay, right? It's not going away right now. We don't know. So whilst it's here, we know what we need to do, and let's make the right decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, so moving on to the next headline. 4 ministerial nominees set or may be rejected by the VETI committee due to the Frontiers contract. and we are looking at their names as Ajima Manu, Opong Nkrumah, Adjoa Safo, and Ofori Esiama. Obviously, this is very controversial.
Exactly, especially the names that are popping out. It's actually looking a bit strange. You know, this vetting actually has brought a lot of things out. And with regards to the fact that we are having an equal set of parliament now, and so there's actually a very hot issues coming out of the vetting. You know, normally when it's a different, when the parliament has majority, a higher majority, things like this normally do not pop out. But now you see that things are coming out, especially with regards to COVID and stuff.
So these are minority MPs. So do you think, you know, they're being...
I think for now, they are, from what actually we've taken, or from what we read from the words of Okudzeto Ablakwa, he's saying that they are actually going to make a very wise voting when the time comes in Parliament. So we are just looking up to see. And Madam Miss Anita, I don't know if you've chanced by any ways chanced by this. I'm sure it's something about health as well in your sector. And our ministers going to be voted out on this. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, if the Minister of Health is not is accepted, well, it's by vote. So that means that's what the people want. Let me put it that way. There are a whole lot of reasons. You know, during the vetting, we all watched it live, and we saw that some people did well and some did not do well. And it's not sometimes about just trying to give someone a position because the person is in parliament. The person may be a parliamentarian, but may not be capable of handling a ministry. Just like Honorable Hawa Kumsin for fisheries. For me personally, I think she could do better in maybe another sector, but you see. And then for the Minister of Health, for God's sake, a minister that the contract for the airport testing of COVID, he said he didn't see the contract. So, I mean, what do you think? I mean, that means is it that he didn't see it, or he was just lying to us that he didn't see it? I mean, it's strange. So that means they are all trying to say that they don't see documents that pass through them. I mean, like, I don't get it. So how was it signed? Who signed for it? How you see? So a whole lot of questions.
And these are
things that, I mean, bring doubt on the minds of the people, or the ordinary people. Yes. So I think if they are not vetted in that, fine, that means that's what the people want, or the parliamentarians want. Maybe they should get more capable hands.
I see. Wannan cikin lokacin da muke ga ko duka ko kuwa muna sauraron da yanda manyan mu na governmentin din na ake vetting su. Maganganu dai na fito baya mun samu labari cewa wayansu ministers aka kikira sunanakin su ba za ba su kuriya ko ba za jefa musu kuriya lokaci ya kai su shiga ofisin din su fara aiki. Domin muka duba akwai wani sunan shi health yangan da aka yi shi daga airport, shin nan an ce takardunan shi dai gaskiya ba samu shi kamar yadda ya kamata tukunde aka bada anya ko aka ba su anya su fara aiki daga wurin airport. Batun dai coronavirus ake yi, wayansu sun ba da ra'ayi kaman abin da suke yin abin da ya zama abin amfani ma kansu ba dai ka makasa ba. Isa domin wannan ake duban wayansu manyan da ke musu tambayoyi ke ce lokaci ya kai su jefa kuriya a kawo su, ba za su ba su anya su shigo ba. To wannan dai mun san kowane lokaci yana ya samu wannan, za mu duba yadda wannan kuma zai kare insha Allah. So I think, Joyce, I think we can move on this. We are looking forward to see if minority are going to do as they have stated.
Well, they've said that they're going to do everything to vote against the appointment of these MPs.
We are waiting. We are waiting.
Let's see.
Let's wait to see what actually that brings.
Okay, so moving on to our next headline, Ministry of Tourism targets $5 billion as revenue within 2 years. The minister designate Dr.
Awal, last Mohammed Awal.
Mohammed Awal.
Dr. Mohammed
He said
Awal.
that once appointed, he's going to do all he can to make sure that the Ministry of Tourism yields more revenue, and that the ministry, in fact, brings in a lot more money to the general public than a lot of people are aware of. So he talks about boosting internal tourism, whereby ordinary people are able to travel within and across Ghana easily. International tourism, he's touching on the cultural aspect of it. This is something that we're all looking forward to. And I think we can maybe touch a little bit on this.
I am just looking at how Dr. Mohammed Awal is going to succeed in this, because in this time of ours, the tourism industry is actually looking very down because of COVID-19. We are looking at, people who have gone to learn something about theater, music and art. Music is a bit, let's see, okay, because people are organizing theater shows every year at the National Theatre, Accra International Conference Center. But as at this time, those things are not ongoing, because you can't say you are organizing online performance. And this is the way people actually get their revenues. People are paid through this. Now, all these people, you ask yourself, for the past few months that the president has ordered that we don't have to meet as in a congregation, how are these people fed? How are they paid? How are they organizing revenue for the country? So all these things are things that we should consider. And he's saying in 3 years. And
even in 2 years.
In 2 years.
Which is quite ambitious, actually. $5
really
billion.
It's really big. And we are looking at, as at this time, all those people, the theater practitioners, the musicians are in their various homes. How are we going to accumulate such an amount? I'm looking forward to see how the minister is going to work within his range to get this kind of huge amount. Because earlier in the work of the Minister of Tourism, as he stated that they are able to generate 1 billion. We didn't have COVID. We didn't have all these restrictions, but they were able to bring 1 billion. But now that there's COVID, he is promising 5 billion. So let's see if this is going to work in the hands of, because this is a big revelation I'm looking at.
It is, absolutely.
Maybe, and Miss Anita here will testify to the effect that coronavirus had brought on this industry. And we are all theater lovers, and I can't sit at home and watch theater performance, because it's a stage live performance that needs to be watched as it comes. And if it's going to be visual, it is more like watching the movies. You understand? So, Ms. Anita, maybe perhaps you can tell us on this, and knowing the effect that Corona had brought on this industry. And the minister promising this, because as of now, we are not visiting Kakum, we are not visiting the other sectors because of this issue. And
people are in their homes.
People are in their homes
doing, virtual live.
So for this, the tourism sector, it's a target that is feasible, but then because of the way things are now, maybe it could be in doubt. The road network in Ghana is bad. When people visit, even maybe with the vaccination now, maybe the airports will be open, the countries will be open. Our road network is bad, so maybe he should look at working in unity with the
Minister of
Highway authorities,
Ministry of Roads.
So they could do, because the road to Kakum is not good.
You see where this point is also coming from.
When you're going to the north, to a whole lot of accidents on that road, the Sunyani, Kumasi Sunyani Road to Tamale and the rest of them, a whole lot of accidents. Some of those roads have to be looked at. The street lighting, the street lights. Even the local roads within the town too has to be. People look at all this infrastructure. The buildings, the offices. We have maybe some nice hotels, but I think more needs to be done. And then, just like Joy was saying, this sector, if it's opened, a whole lot of locals will get more money because, I mean, if I'm making some beads and I can sell to someone coming from another country and the person is able to buy one or two, I mean, you know, your profit goes up there. Yeah. So I think the minister should look at it very well. It's feasible. I feel it's possible, but he has to look at a whole lot of things. Let's hope that the vaccination now would speed up things and the borders will be open and everything will become normal.
Yes. Right. So we are looking at going back to normality. Yeah. So if with all things going well with the vaccine, we should be able to, you know, set this amazing target in 2 years. Yes. I'm sure everybody is wondering what is going on here. $5 billion in 2 years.
It's a huge amount.
Yeah, it's a huge amount.
I think Dr. Mohamed Awal is well experienced. He moved from the business business what do you call it sector
right.
And then now to the tourism. Yes, he can. So as you have stated, the tourism goes hand in hand with a lot of sectors. So the roads, the hotels, as she stated, all these things are things that we should be looking at. So Minister Nda Akakira ma tourism shine Dr. Mohamed Awal shin yayi magana cewa shi inda aka sa shi yana cikin duba kamar cikin shekara 2 za su iya su samu magarin ko kuwa cikin aiki da mutanen shi za su iya su samu magarin $5 billion. Shin kenan za su sa kokari domin a iya samu wayancan da suka wuce yayi magana cewa cikin suna su samu 1 billion cikin shekara, amma shi yana duban cikin shekara 2 5 billion. To muna duban ababen da ke sa wannan aiki ya ci gaba, shin domin ciwon nan da ke tare da mu dukansu suna siye, mutanen da ke aiki cikin wannan sekta da yawansu suna gida. To ya za mu samu irin waɗannan kudi? Muna cikin duban minista yana da experience sosai, samun san ko ya kai zai iya ya hada wannan duka baki daya. So Joy, I think that is it for Dr. Mohamed Awal.
Yes.
We hope to all find areas in this.
Yes,
sure.
For sure. Okay, so this is Baina News Store right here on Baina TV. We will be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Baina News Store right here on Baina TV. I am joined here by my co-host Hamid
Ayub Hood
and Miss Anita E. Asamoah, public health specialist. Okay, so straight into LGBTQ+. People are wondering, what does this stand for? It's been trending for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just quickly say what it means. L stands for lesbian, G for gays, bisexual, transgender, and any other people that may not be straight. A lot has been going on about LGBT. Just reading on quickly, a former Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Charles Ahitu Chega, has called for the inclusion of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual LGBT+ activism in the education curricula. Mr. Chega noted that when included in the education curricula, children will gain knowledge on the discussions and the practices of the LGBT+ society to make an informed decision in the future. What's your take on this?
I think
heated topic.
This is very strong, and looking at what actually transpired within this week with regards to the LGBT, it will actually come to what actually the former member of the government was saying.
Yeah.
And as we saw earlier, the Muslim community came out on this, the Christian community came out on this, the traditional leaders came out on this, some government officials came out on this, some youth in some various communities also came out on this, and a lot of people in the country are actually speaking against this. It's something that we should look deep into, because if you are bringing something to a group of people and they reject it, there isn't any means of forcing it on them. And so if you say that we should log this into the education sector so that the children can choose wisely, I don't think it's actually something that we should be putting on. Okay, because if people are rejecting it, how will he take this to their children?
Right.
Yeah, so he has said his view, but the view of the people at this moment holds, and so I think we can follow the people, the majority, and then look at understanding what majority are saying. Now, the people in the health sector can also give us a clue as to what actually
what's going
on this one.
Yeah.
For the LGBTQ, well, it's a bit because of the way our society is. It's an issue here, but there are human rights, and everybody has the right to live. So, in as much as the government is saying, well, for now, I'm not so sure the government has come out plain to say.
No, they didn't have a stand on it yet.
I don't think.
They haven't been declaration.
The religious bodies have come out to say it's now our culture, but I don't think there's anything that has been our culture. The phones we are using is not part of our culture. Wearing clothes is not part of our culture. Our ancestors were naked. We were wearing leaves. You get it? And now every person has a right to live. And somebody will say, so you mean the armed robber should also come and say that they have the right? No, the armed robber causes harm.
Yeah.
The gay person causes harm to himself or herself, health-wise, as you were saying, that the health aspect of it is not good. Fine. And they are adults, they know what they are doing. So as a society or as a nation, let's try and love these people and accept them. Then if the country is saying that it is not in our constitution and we don't want to accept them, then they should come out straight and let them know that this is what the country is standing on.
This is the stand of the country, right? Okay.
Then they know what is it called? They know what they are facing.
They know where they stand.
Now going into their office, or is it Kofi was leaving. That's I think I don't know if he's the leader or
yes. Where actually the program was launched.
Going there maybe without a warrant and going to lock the place. I don't know. Maybe I think it's invasion. Of privacy. So they could have been summoned with paper and you call them to answer questions. You know, you just don't go to somebody's property. The person is not an armed robber, just like I'm saying. You get it. So let's do everything right as it should be, and don't let us hate people just because you know the person is lesbian or gay. These things exist in our communities, and we all know this. It exists within us, and we all know.
So would you say that this is one of the things people don't like discussing?
So you just don't want to accept it because of your religious beliefs. But that doesn't mean too that you should hate the person, because we all have our rights to what we should want to believe. I can't force it on you to become gay. You can't force it on me, you get it, to become gay. So we should live and let live. That's just what I would say, because the government itself has not really come out to say anything. But for me, it's everybody has the right to live. You shouldn't hate anybody just because of anything.
Okay, so you're basing that on the fundamental human rights.
Children are not supposed to be forced into this. That is it, because they are kids. When the child is, in short, I would say it is a crime to say that you are forcing a child to do that, because the child doesn't know what he or she is doing. So children don't even come into this. If you're an adult and you want to do that, fine. But no child should be coerced into doing this. That's just what I would say.
But I do have a question though. Mr. Chega mentioned that he believes that it's important to have it in the core curriculum so that kids are informed. Kids are informed. But it's still within this whole debate.
So what he's trying to say is, the more we educate the children about it, they will be more informed. And that information will be handy for them as and when they need it. I think that's what he is trying to say. So that like maybe somebody who is gay may not coerce them into doing what he or the child is not supposed to do. Do you get my point? So I think what he's trying to say to some extent is right. We all need sexuality education. Our children too need to know these things, because it's just like you are saying you're hiding, excuse me to say, because this, secular, I don't want to, like you say, the private parts. You said that you don't want to discuss it with your children, but these children are doing it. They're having sex. So we should come up and teach these children what they should know as they are growing up. Let them know these things. And you as a parent, you know your conscience is free. You've taught the child. So I think that's just what I would say on that.
I think we talking about the house, invade of the house. I heard the landlord speak, and when he spoke, the things he said was that he is not...
he said he's not aware. He mentioned that.
Yes, and also he said that with invading the house, he's not doing that based on the fact that the people are lesbians or what, or gays. But what he's doing is he has been misinformed. Because they told him the place actually is a residential state, and so they told him it's going to be an apartment for them. But what he came to know later on was that they have turned it into an office, and so that is a breach of the tenancy law, that agreement that they have. So, and he went further to say that with the issue that has to do with lesbianism and gays, that one will be dealt with the police. It's not his case.
It's not his case.
So he has actually stated on certain basis for entering into the house, and not because of that. So the government or the police are the ones who are dealing with them based on that. And with regards to the issue of education, I think we need to be very strict here, because here we should look at the age frame of educating a child on this issue. Because a child may do something today, and looking at the age may not continuously do that thing or repeat that thing as they grow. And so we should look at the age limit of the child and know how to communicate such things with them. And so if you are saying we should add this to the curriculum, at what age, at what time? because it's very, very important.
Yes, it is.
Now, children, as what they see is what they put to practice.
Yeah.
And so we should look at the timing as well. It's very important. And with this, look, the country in which we are, it's bound by laws. Yes, as you said, the laws of the land. But we should also not forget that the tradition of the people has an upper hand as well, although the laws of the land stands out. But the tradition, if you look at this critically, you see that there are certain spaces that the laws do not come immediately.
Right.
It is the traditional laws that works, or let me say the religious laws that works within the living or the setting, before even you delve into the laws of the land.
Right.
When you go to a community, you will not find a simple example of the living, within the living of the people, of the laws of the land. You will not find an example of it. But what you see is a religious life, is a traditional life.
Right.
And so those are the things that actually have a higher living within the group of people. So we should look at this. That's why all these things are coming out. It's because the laws, or the traditional laws, and also the religious laws that permeate the living, that is why people are actually out now giving out their reasons on this. And as you stated clearly, the government should come out and say that we are on A or we are on B. So I think that's very cool. Kama yanda muka gani cikin wannan bakwai, maganganun da ya fito game da maza da maza, alamarin maza su kwana da maza, haka kuwa mata su kwana ga mata. Wannan duka ya zo a cikin wannan lokaci da muke cikin ga mutane sun fito, an fito da murya. Office of the National Chief Imam, malaminmu, babban malaminmu ya fito da maganan shi. Haka kuwa muka duba wujin Christians kuma su ma sun fito da muryansu, kira cewa wannan ba shi cikin alamukanmu, isa ya kamata a fidda shi da sauri domin kar ya samu shiga cikin angwannanmu da yaranmu ya zo bata su. Wannan mutane sun daga murya kuma kaman da gwamnati ya fito ya yi magana cewa wannan abu ba za mu kara shi cikin sunan shi laws kasan nan ba. Amma there's a video I saw of the president. I don't know if I think it's 2018. It dated 2018. I saw it circulating. The president actually stated categorically that he's not going to change the laws that has to do with the same-sex marriage in this country. I saw the video roaming. I'm sure if producer can search for the video and make a play of it. The president stated that he is not going to change the laws on same-sex marriage in this country. And so I think people are shared on. So we should get that one too. It's very important. And so that's it on this issue.
Okay, so we're going back to the vaccine. I mean, with Ghana recording more than 80,000 cases and over 580 deaths on account of the virus, Presidential Advisor on Health noted that it will be in the interest of the country for Ghanaians to avail themselves to be vaccinated with the vaccine. So I think our special guest, Ms. Anita Asamoah, can tell us a bit more on the Astra vaccine, AstraZeneca vaccine.
The AstraZeneca has been shown to prevent 7 out of 10 cases of COVID infection. So when you take the vaccine, you are more like how do I put it? Like it prevents you from when you look at 10 cases, at least 7 of them will be prevented from getting infected. When maybe you have 10 people, then you get it. So that means it's highly it's effective.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then one thing I want you to know about the vaccine, which you will say more in Hausa, is we should know these 3 things: pathogen, what we call pathogens, what we call antigens, and what we call antibody. Pathogen, pathogen, antigen, then antibodies. So pathogen is the bad man, like the bacteria, the fungi, or the virus that will come into your body, just like the coronavirus or any other malaria or whatever. And now the antigen is part of is part of the pathogen. So that one now makes our body to produce antibodies against that particular invasion in the body.
Okay.
Do you get it? So just like if maybe assuming you get infected with corona and you've got the vaccine, it will produce antibodies that will help you fight the COVID. And it will reduce the severity of it. So assuming if you didn't take the vaccine, maybe you're going to get to a severe stage of coughing, you have to be under the respirator and all that. With the vaccine, you will find you may get the COVID if you don't take it, because after taking the vaccine, you still need to be wearing your nose mask, because the vaccine we are going to take two shots. We take the first one, then after 21 days or 28 days, but the time range is from 21 days to 42 days.
Okay.
For some, depending on the vaccine we are taking. And Ghana is not limited to only AstraZeneca. The first one we got is AstraZeneca, but other ones are going to come in. Okay, so if it is Sputnik V, but Sputnik V is for Russia, it's mostly Argentina and Russia that are using it. It's not, in Africa, we've not seen any here. So if it's Pfizer and all that, so we are taking 2 shots. Everybody should know that. So if you go for the first shot and you don't go for the second one, that means it's not going to, because the first one will kind of, what they will say in Chi,
okay.
For your body to know that, okay, this thing is coming, and your body will start preparing antibodies against it. Do you get it? By the time you go for the second shot, after that 28 days, your body is fully prepared and will work against it. That's how it works. So if you go for one shot and you don't go for the second one, it won't work that way. Fine. And so we should know that pathogens are the virus, fungi, bacteria that invades our body, and the antibodies are what prevents our body from, getting the disease, or like that fights the diseases. They fight the pathogens. Let me put it that way. And so the vaccine is going to give us antibodies that will be able to fight this COVID-19.
Okay.
And I want us all, like, if assuming you have any underlying condition, you should let your doctor know. Fine, your doctor would know, but assuming maybe somebody comes to you to give you the vaccine, that's when we get there. You should let the person know that, okay, maybe I have diabetes, I have BP, I have this, I have that, and then the person will know, so that it will prevent what we call adverse effects. There are what we call adverse effects, which is sometimes you take this shots, and just like the children, the measles, sometimes when you give them the measles or the polio vaccination, you see their body becomes warm.
Yes.
You have to maybe give them paracetamol or use ice block to touch the place, the site. It's just the same thing. When we go for this vaccination, we might have such maybe slight headaches, or maybe our body temperature will be a bit warm. So all these are normal things we would see. But then if you see any extreme thing, you should report to whoever gave you that vaccine or the facility where you went to take it, what we call adverse effects. If you get it and you see any rashes on your body, or your throat is itching you, or you feel your eyes, you are dizzy, you get it. So we should report such cases. If you see anything that wasn't part of your body and you saw it after taking the vaccine, we should report it, because these things need to be reported, and data has to be taken for us to know. The percentage of people it wasn't good for. Maybe it's not good for people with this type of blood. It's not good for. So please, when we get to that stage, let's report any case of adverse effects. Let me put it that way. And don't, just like I said, let us drop all those religious beliefs and the conspiracy theories. And then, if you don't want to take it, fine. But don't discourage the other person who wants to take it from not taking it. So that's what also, so that he can say it in Hausa.
Dr. Tai bamu ilimi sosai a bisa kan vaccines da shigo nan da za mu samu a ba mutane domin su kiyaye kansu da ciwon coronavirus. Dr. Tabar mun sani kamar wannan ba sabon abu bane. Kamar yadda yaran mun suna ciwo da safe an ce ya ja ba su polio, maganin polio yana kamar irin haka nan ne, ba wani abu abin sabo ko kuwa ce wani abin ban tsoro bane. Yasa kowace mu sani cewa cikin gangan jikinmu akwai wa'yansu gabobin da suke kawo mana ciwo ko kuwa yana bin kansu muke samun ciwo. Sai akwai wa'yansu gabobi kuma da suke kiyayewa ciwo shiga cikinmu ko kuwa ciwo shiga cikinmu suke fada da su domin wannan ciwo kar ya samu damuwa a cikin jikinmu. Yasa wannan shin vaccine da ake kawo nan ga in ya shiga cikin system dinmu ko kuwa bodies mu yana tanyuwa domin ciwon corona nan ya shigo kar ya samu wani damuwa bisa kanka. Mutum ya samu bayan yaji ya samu wannan vaccine, amma kamar yadda da mutum ya samu ga tuwari ga mutum ya samu bai yana fuci da wani su damuwan da yake kawo ga gangan jikin, wannan yanzu mutum bai samu wannan kuma domin vaccine da ya dagan. Yasa yana da kyau sosai mutane su sani da dagan vaccine. Ma wai vaccine ganye zo mun daga shi sau biyu. Na farko tsakanin 21 to 28 days za mu daga abin, ko kuwa 21 to 42 days yana depend ga mutumin da aka bashi kuma da yanda gangan jikin shi yake. Yasa kowa da yanda jikin shi yake. Haka kuma wani ya je daga la'alla mabi ya dage kare, akwai wani nan ya kan shi ya yi mishi ciwo ko kuwa ya samu wani zazzafi jikin shi, wannan ba sabon abu bane. Amma dai wani abu ya zo jikinka da ba ka taba san shi ba ko kuwa yana da karfi sanini sosai, wannan ka report ga inda ka je ka daga wannan vaccine, domin ana daga vaccine ga duka ana duban ana zanuwa a gane mutane ga ko kuwa mutane da gangan jikinsu yake akan nan in su suka daga magani aka yake musu. Isa akan gaifi a yi domin shekaru da ke gabanmu, ko kuwa kar a zo wata rana a ji a ba wani da bai kamata ba shi ba, ko kuwa ba wani adadin da bai kamata ba shi ba. Dukan nan duka ana take records, dukan nan duka ana cikin duban. Isa yana da kyau sosai mutane su sani kamar in dai ke baka son ka daga, kaka hana wani dagan, kuma kaka doki wani yadda ka sa cikin kanka kaman dagan maganin zai sa ka yi ciwo, dagan maganin zai sa ka wani abu da bai da kyau. A'a, in dai bai da kyau ba shigo da garin, kuma dai bai da kyau da manyan mu ba su dagan. Isa hayi ankuri.
Na'am, necessary research.
Na'am. Masu duban
FDA bai zai kawo abun da ba kyau a cikin gari.
Aka. Isa manyan da ke duban magungunanmu da abincinmu cikin wannan gari FDA sun duba maganin sun gane kamar ya yi mutanenmu su daga. Isa sun bayar anya a shigo da shi, inda bai da kyau da ba su ba da anya shigo da shi. Isa kowa ya samu hankuri, inda lokacin shi kai mu je mu samu vaccine domin mu samu amfani kuma mu kiyaye kanmu da COVID-19. Auntie Joyce.
So, we've come to the end of our program. I've been joined here by my co-host, Ayuba Hood, and our special guest, Ms. Anita E. Asamoah, a public health specialist. Thank you for joining us. See you next time right here on Baina News Store on Baina TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.